Check.
Don't think and I don't speak. Don't see but I don't blink. Don't
kinda
breathe
loud.
and I don't bleed. Fall asleep in a SOV. Gray seas in the scope. Low key with the Cody. Brody sipping OD. Coke free.
ShallowGrave.
Smoke me the show please. You never know. Still riding around on Trevor. Thing to my grain still sane as a menace. Play with the blade, still play with the pressure. Rotting in the noggin since the fucking adolescent. Arms length, recommend for a friend. Blood on my shirt.
Maybe not.
Dirt. Coughing on earth and the end of the bands. Like death in the flesh. Lead in my head, just 5 pounds of pressure. No rest for the wretched. Guillotine gleams in my dreams like the crest. Cat is on ice, all life lit the press. Bitch got a knot so tight in his neck. Yeah. Motherfucker life till we all dead. Cause we all next. Oh, fuck this. Yeah.
Mic check. It's your boy Dame Dozha.
DJ Deceptacon,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, I cannot hear all the voices when I am so close to my death.
Never mind. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna have to get real acquainted right now, man. This is ShallowGrave Scumbag. No. It's Unsoiled.
Unholy presence and you gotta meet with the forces. Look at this whip and you see these two skeletons riding, you know it's them corpses, huh? Think about his pain every day, can't relate to this world and the state. It's the wraith and the lich, the grave. We depict a new torture every day where we pain. I take these drugs and take me to a dope place. Only my third eye open, I look both ways. We can trip down the river of hopelessness. Maybe you'll see us when this shit's all over with. Fuck this.
Alright,
I love that shit.
DJ Deceptacon's here.
We lit.
I'm Dame Dozha. We lit.
We in here.
But we have special guest ShallowGrave and a whole lot of folks. I mean, I don't want to get everybody's name wrong, man. Shout out to, TSP and
Yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying, and we gonna introduce everybody or whatever, let everybody get their introduction correctly. But this is the Word on the Net podcast special edition. Shout out to GWE Entertainment for putting this together. And yeah, man, let's go ahead and take off, man. I know Grave, y'all been up here, whatever, know what I'm saying, for a minute. A couple of times, whatever. So we've been trying to get y'all in for a minute. And was this one the one that y'all recorded last time?
No. This is the track that we recorded last time was actually with ChaseTho over here. It's called Iceberg Theory Explained.
Yeah.
And we actually just performed that at our last show up there in Bryan with him finally in tow, and it came out crack.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Gotta come to another one of y'all performances.
Yeah.
I always DJ them. It's a little different from the DJ booth.
So let's go ahead and get the introductions or whatever. We got my boy YxngCata.
Cata.
My bad. YxngCata. My bad. YxngCata, Grave, y'all make up ShallowGrave, or is it?
So ShallowGrave is us too. I'm BBG, by the way, for those that don't know. So ShallowGrave is us, and then we have a collective that sits outside of us as well. It's called Grave, to include our fellow Grave mate over here. This is Sy.
Get the microphone.
So ShallowGrave is a group.
Oh, shit, my bad.
I always thought you were ShallowGrave, bro.
No, ShallowGrave is both of us.
Yeah. It's
My
our
bad.
duo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So duo, but then y'all have kind of like a clique
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
outside of that.
We started a collective earlier this year.
It was earlier this year. It was like February, January timeframe.
Yeah.
It was like when we really started talking about it anyways.
Well, because people were always asking us to be part of their collectives. And we were always just like, nah, we're going to do our own thing. So we just sat down and said, fuck it, we're going to start up our own collective.
And
We're going to get a bunch of people that are on the wave that we're on, not like clout chasers or any of that crazy shit. We're just going to get a bunch of genuine and real people, and we're all going to represent this thing, this unit, and stem off of each other.
right, everybody that's passionate about what they do, that's super important. You know what I mean? Because if you're not passionate about what you do, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Right,
that's real.
right.
Kevin.
I always do that. It's not gonna be a good podcast unless I drop my phone, man. I'm gonna tell you that much.
That is the key.
I'm gonna tell you much. And if I don't drop my phone, it ain't gonna be a good podcast. So we go out to make it do what it do.
Right.
So we just was listening to Unsoiled. I know that y'all are from Ohio, but y'all help me out. Like, what part of Ohio y'all from?
You want to go?
Sure. So we're from like Northwest Ohio. It's like just west of Toledo. If you're familiar with that area, a place called Bryan. It's real small.
Okay. Yeah. And
Literally
What's Brian known for?
Meth.
I mean, industrially, man. God damn.
They got
Spangler.
yeah, they got the the little Dum Dum Pops, little Spangler Dum Dum Pops.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
factory's in Bryan.
Okay, cool. Because it's always something like that. Even like in Florida, it's the same thing. We got
Crocodile.
like Orange Lake, Florida. Home of Tropicana, basically. You feel me?
Oh,
Like, they got the Tropicana farms and stuff
Okay.
out there. And it's
Right,
like
right.
that's where some of my family's from. So
All right.
I'm completely familiar with being
orange juice, Tropicana?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's lit, right?
Good shit.
And they give out free
Man,
samples
he was
and
just
shit.
drinking
It's pretty
that.
cool.
By
I
the
was.
jug. He had a gas. Listen, he pulls up from work with a.
Pulls up to pick him up to go to work, and I got a big old like a tub of it just ready to go. Like, yo,
Gallon of orange juice?
Yeah,
Yes.
he passed it to me. He's like, "Here, you want to swig this?" I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
That's
bro.
a lot of orange juice, man.
I drink a lot of orange juice, man.
Be careful with that.
I mean, I'll drink it all at once, to be fair.
all right.
But you can it's like almost like a nervous drinking habit, you might say. But it's not alcohol.
It's not the
no.
worst thing you could drink, but like with it's you get a vitamin C buildup
like
or something.
overdose.
Well, normally
Yeah, it's
people
kinda
get
like
a
an
bottle.
overdose,
They don't pull up with a fucking gallon.
Yeah, you don't pour it with a jug usually.
Now, and then you don't want to drink the orange juice warm either. So if you got a whole gallon you're jugging around, it's gonna get warm at some point, man.
Right. I mean, well, yeah, there's that. I just at that point I'm just like, well, let's put this back in the fridge.
Yo guys.
Well, look, all right. Most of the orange juices are
Yo, guys.
pasteurized and so forth anyway, so I think you'll be all right.
yo,
Yes. Sir.
Yo, hold
So
tight.
G-Dub.
Okay, so Greg, check.
Yo, got one more member over
You know
here.
the mic
Excuse
check
my
happened.
voice.
See, look, this is Greg.
Y'all
Everybody,
gotta get
for y'all
one more
don't
member
know,
over here. This
Greg.
is SyeBaeBae right here.
Oh yes, we could.
Originally, I'm from Michigan, but I've been living in Ohio for the last few years. I would say unfortunately, but it's not because I got to meet these guys. So
yeah, very
When y'all
fortunate.
moving to
man.
Atlanta?
Whenever y'all feel like asking us to move in, man.
We gotta
Really?
get y'all to move to Atlanta, man.
Honestly, I was thinking about next year because I can't leave Ohio right now permanently because I'm still on papers. But I get travel permits and whatnot to be here because I'm serious about this. Like all that other stuff I was doing before as a kid, I don't care about. It's just music now. They see that, so they let me go places.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
real.
Yeah.
Hey, Sai, I need couple of flavors or whatever, because you said, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about the fortunate or whatever of hip hop or whatever. Like, you know, what do y'all consider y'all music first off? You know what I'm saying? Like we could go around the room, but what do y'all consider? I consider hip hop what I just listened to, but you know, you might have a genre within the genre.
Like a subgenre kind of thing.
Right, yeah. So if there is a subgenre, then let it be known. But Sai, I need also want you to turn on that light next to you, man. I want to light you up. But
So as to answer your question, Dame, as far as like what Cat and I do primarily, we do like funk rap, like 3 6 Mafia revival, like Suicide Boys sounding, but as well, it's like it's our own twist on it. You know what I mean? Like we like the literally the scumbag image is what we portray. You know what
pretty
I mean?
much. Because realistically, up until, well, this second, even going past this second, we just been pieces of shit.
Really? Like just,
Not pieces of shit.
Well, like we just don't give a fuck for real.
like
Like it's so genuine though.
It
Like,
is.
We don't act like we don't give a fuck. We just genuinely don't give a fuck.
The
Most of
apathy is
time.
real.
I mean, there are things that we do give a fuck about. Obviously, everybody. But
okay.
in general,
just
like
generally, like right now, if a fight broke out right here, I would continue talking to you because that's what we're doing. It's none of my business.
just
Do you
minding
feel
our
like that's
business.
because you've seen a lot, or it's just a small town thing, or where does that come from?
The small town thing is to just be in everyone's business. Everyone knows everyone's business.
Yep.
It's the scene a lot part for me. Like
Same.
I learned quick to just mind my business, stay in my lane. Like if I'm not involved with it or attached to it in any way, then just to stay out of it. Because if you don't, eventually what looks good is gonna get bad.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's pretty much in the same sense for me. It's just based on what we've seen. It's literally
Man,
like
you gotta take that home with you too. Like,
Yeah.
you don't just like leave a.
It's-
Anymore these days, you don't leave a fight in the streets no more. That problem comes home with you.
right. It's not like work. You can't separate the two anymore.
Do you so how old are you guys? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 26.
And I'm 28.
All right, so boom. So it's like I've been noticing like different changes in sets of people, especially when it comes to generations, like how it's going. These generations are flipping faster than it used to be. So like you could think of like the baby boomers and then like the millennials and then, you know, whatever. They had like kind of 20, 30-year gaps between these generations that are coming up, but now it's starting to tighten up. It's like 3, 4, 5 because like COVID is its own generation.
Right.
So like COVID happened over what, 2 years? Like 2 years time, basically
2020.
19 to 2020. I mean, we still have a couple of things that are in place
It's
because
almost
of COVID.
right,
But it's just like everybody has to take a polio vaccine. Just, you know what I'm saying, like from before. I'm not suggesting take the
Wait, what did you just say?
No, I'm saying everybody has to take a polio vaccine.
Speaking of 50 years. Speaking
I'm
of
just
50
saying, I'm
years,
just saying.
hip hop is now 50 years old. And a couple of next month, actually, as of August 11th, we're on the 50th year of hip hop, and that's what I want to kind of keep it to, the conversation geared towards, because, like, when you say that you don't give a fuck, and Sai just said basically, even though he's in Ohio, it was still fortunate because he actually met y'all, and y'all on, y'all doing hip hop, y'all doing music, and like basically it allows y'all to, to not only relate but build and have a collective within each other. So, is hip hop something that you don't give a fuck about, Cat?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. When I say I don't give a fuck, I mean like more generally about myself, or like things that
About
pertain in my life. Like if someone doesn't like something I'm doing, I don't give a fuck.
you kind of that's kind of like your Hakuna Matata. I ain't really wanted to throw you on the spot like that because I understand that's kind of your Hakuna Matata. Know what I'm saying, right? But also you got to like basically make it be known that you do give a fuck about the music and like as far as what it's doing for your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, I feel like
definitely agree with that.
is that where your music comes from though? Is like where you've been and how you. That's usually what people write about. You know what I mean? So that's important. How you feel and how people perceive you and where you're from. That all plays into how your music comes out.
Yeah. So our music is real dark based, like real just like
It's very
gritty,
gritty.
depressing, like make you want to die. Like we got songs.
Kind of like
seriously
this
wanna
picture
die.
right here. This picture kind of could kind of really like describe what was this moment like.
That's after a show or at a show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
that was,
just at our last show 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that show was dope.
Yeah, it was live as hell.
Live ain't even the word. Honestly, that was
So
different.
this
like that was different.
would this basically just watching this, would you say that this is fairly depicting what your music is like?
Well,
Well,
if you feel that, like, for the listener, like, if you feel any kind of relation to the things and feelings that we're talking about in our music, then we can get down like that. Like, they can, because not everybody, let's be real, like, not everybody likes that dark depression shit. It's real hard to, like, grab onto for most people because they're like, I don't want to fucking ride around the whip listening to songs about shooting my brains out. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
right, like being addicted
You won't
to
bring
drugs.
that to a party. You know what I mean?
But the people that do,
Depends on it depends on the party.
But that's what
But
I'm
then
saying. Like if
film
you're
and shit
that
for sure, though.
party,
Right,
and we can like
I got you, bro.
resonate with each other like that, then we got that energy.
right, and it's like the people that like do listen to our stuff already have that sense of like, oh,
yeah,
like
they already
life
know
is shit.
that's what they looking for anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck either. You know what I'm saying? So like
It's almost like a
Right.
rebellious kind of thing of not giving a fuck at the same time. It's like what there's certain things like we get pressed with, like why should we care about it?
It's the generation and what y'all grew up in. That's what I was
trying to
saying.
make it a generational thing,
I
but
think it is.
I mean, it's some
A
sense
lot of
it's
principles were definitely lost coming up.
I will say
through
that,
the
yes.
years, as the years passed, a lot of principles and a lot of morals were definitely like just completely
thrown to
Out
the
the
wayside.
window.
disregarded. Bro.
Yes.
Like they didn't even exist in the first place.
so let's keep the room. Let's keep it going around the room because I want to get back to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Side back in the back. Because what would you consider your music, like the music that you make in hip hop? If it is hip hop.
I'd say it is. It's a. I feel like it's more poppy. It's way different than what they got going on. I'm still experimenting with my style, but I feel like primarily I'm gonna be more sing-songy, I guess. That makes more sense. I don't have anything out after this. We're about to hit the studio. I have a few projects in the work.
You make your beats on y'all on Fruity Loops and all that good shit too, right?
Yeah. So I just started getting into Fruity Loops last year. Cata actually got me into it. I went to, I think, wasn't it your first show?
No, it was the second. It was at a house party.
Yeah, it was a house show. Cause I was in music in high school, and then I played the trombone, stand-up bass, guitar, and then after high school I moved out with some my friends from hometown, and we started a band. We were playing up in Kalamazoo, Michigan for a little bit. We called ourselves Helping Hands. We were like indie pop punk, and then our drummer quit. I took a break from music for a few years. Had to sell a bunch of equipment to pay off some bills. And then once I met him, I saw on Facebook that he had a house show, so I went out there because it'd been like 4 years since I'd been to a house show, or maybe more than that. And a couple weeks later, we started hanging out.
Describe a house show.
Man, hold up. Do you remember how nervous I was? Do you remember how nervous I was?
Bro,
during that entire set, bro,
oh
my
my
back was
God,
facing
yes.
everybody.
Instead of that, it describe like for me like in 1 minute a house show, like basically what?
PA system, room full, like a house full of people, all just vibing.
So at a house.
Yeah,
At a literal somebody's
You're
house.
not talking about the music house. You're not talking about music.
It's like
Somebody's place.
somebody's personal home that they turn into a venue, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Continue. Side.
Well, that's what I was into when I was doing music. When I was playing guitar, we would play at these house shows, and I saw him post a private like house show event. So I DM'd him for the address, and then a couple weeks later, we ended up chilling, and I messed around in an FL with him, and then first thing wasn't a drum pattern I put down, and you put a melody over it or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of took me in, and then I met. God, taught me a lot within the mix. I know there's still a lot more. I'm still getting used to it, but.
All right. So wait. I want to stay on this point right here. House shows. What made you put a house show together? What was your first house show? Like, what made you put a house show together?
We didn't put the house.
Who all in here has put a house show together?
So it wasn't actually our house show that we put together. We
You
were
just
invited
play
to
at
perform at it. Yes.
You just play at them.
Right. We got invited to perform at it. It was a friend of ours that lives up in Michigan, and we got in and did the thing.
We're getting into hosting shows now around our area because one, no one else does, and two, you can corner the market like that.
And the house shows, how long you been doing? Like basically, besides doing them inside a small bar, right? Give me a contrast. Give me something that you actually like about the house show that you wouldn't know that you would like.
It's personal.
It is, yes. Like, you could definitely get in with the crowd and really interact with them on a more, like, one-to-one, face-to-face level, as opposed to, like, I mean, you can do that at, like, a small bar as well, but obviously it's a little bit more of a social, like, an extroverted, like, venue, so it's kind of hard to really lock in with somebody where, like, in someone's house or in their backyard, it's a little bit more intimate that way, because it's somebody's, like, comfort zone. That's their safety. You know what I mean? So, like, when you're already in that, it allows them to be more comfortable, and you can really lock in with them.
So has everyone here played at a house show, relatively, Chase?
I have not. No.
You have not?
I have not. Only venues, only bars, I guess you could say, lounges, all them type of things.
If you were booked to be on a house show, how would you feel about that?
I would love that. That'd be an amazing opportunity. So if anybody out there has some house shows coming up, ChaseTho with the bankroll, King of the Burbs, hit me up. ChaseTho _ on Instagram. Roswell God.
So
thank you, BBG.
The house party, the house shows, are they kind of like the Lil Russell type situations? Did I miss that already? Did y'all say that already?
No, we didn't.
Okay, but you know, like Lil Russell, you know what I'm talking about, right? The rapper,
the dude that talks about the publishing and stuff on L.A. Russell.
That dude.
L.A. Russell.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I keep saying Lil Russell. Is it L.A. Russell or is it
I
Lil
think
Russell, or
so.
is it both?
Y'all
I don't know.
I'm on the way.
I'm pretty sure
I'm not
it's
sure, but
yeah.
But yeah, so is it like that? Like from what I see, like the way that his shows are, it's like the backyard and
Oh yeah,
stage and shit.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
pretty cool. Okay, so it's like Cali style type shit. That's cool.
And a lot of the stages are literally just hand built too.
Oh, see, sometimes y'all take it a little bit extra, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Like for the
just add
people
a
that
little
like
extra
host
to
them
it.
and all that, they really have to go the extra mile to make it like, hey, this is our venue, try to make it as efficient as possible. And it's, it really brings home that like, hey, they want to do this seriously, and it's a nice thing.
That's pretty
Especially when like that, and they got a good PA system, and it just sounds good, and everybody's vibing with it. It's a good feeling.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Sup, I know you're going to clown me, but real quick, you know how I am.
Nope, we're not doing it.
I want ShallowGrave to tell you how they got down here.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that.
And ask them how long we've known each other. But you talked about always loyalty in this business.
How long have you and Greg known each
it.
other? And how'd y'all get down here?
Less than 4 months we've known each other.
Actually, right about 4 months right now, because it was March 18th. 4 months and 4 days. Yes, sir. 4 months and 4 days.
Yeah. Hey, look, y'all want to be managers and stuff, man. Look, this is how a manager is really supposed to be. He knows all about his artists. You know what I'm saying? His artists know about him, and that shit's important. So just pay attention to.
So
how
it was at a
Greg is
house
as
show,
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was at a house show. Chase was supposed to go with me. Excuse me.
Don't you have the mic in your hand?
Old man down. Hashtag. Chase was supposed to go with me to the show on March 18th. He had another engagement he had to take care of. So I came up here with some folks, and when we got to the show, everybody else that I saw was lip syncing, except for these two gentlemen right here. Gentlemen right here.
Okay, so that's what stood out to.
Yeah, they didn't lip sync. I'm not gonna, they didn't lip sync, and even though the people I brought up, they performed, but these guys didn't lip sync, and I was so blown away by their energy. It was probably a living room full of artists, maybe 7 or 8. It was different, but after the show, I stood across on the wall and I saw ShallowGrave, and I just my conscience told me to go ahead and reach out to him, and I did, and we scheduled a phone call, and I'll let Cata finish up the rest of that, and I'm gonna let Cy finish up the rest while he's down here too as well. They want to get LostKid and StonedPilot, and of course ChaseTho
with the bankroll.
No doubt. Know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I want to actually kind of keep it going the opposite way or whatever for a minute, because I want to bring it back to you, Chase.
Absolutely.
As far as hip hop,
Yes, sir.
I want to know, is hip hop important to you?
Dude, I fell in love with hip hop when I was like 10 years old, and that's the only thing I've really listened to since. It's been nothing else.
What type of hip hop? Like who was the artist at that time?
So like more lyrical shit, like obviously Eminem, and then from that I learned about Dr. Dre, and that was like the only hip hop my parents would really play back then. It was just a few Eminem and Dr. Dre songs. So that's how I learned about them, and from that point it snowballed into like what is hip hop, what is rap, all that. I find out about a ton of other artists, and I love it.
Right. So, influences kind of like on your style, like you would say, like basically like now, or not now, or whenever. Besides Eminem, you said, that's what you said. That was the first person that you listened to,
right?
But would you say that like anybody in the game that you have influences from?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say Wiz Khalifa when I was younger. Who else? I want to say Eminem though, for sure. I have to put that up there because that was number one. That's who like really brought me into like listening to hip hop and shit.
Okay, so when was you? And you said you do venues or whatever. Like
yeah.
When talk about that experience, your last show experience, and what was you performing?
The last show I played was actually July 8th. That was the show that ShallowGrave put on. They had me out there as the Atlanta special guest along with G.W.E.
Okay.
That shit was a blast, man. I played my set. That was the best I've ever performed in my life. They let me go towards the end as well. So everyone really set the tone, and I knew I had to, go hard and make the show, like, finish it strong. You feel me? So
you did that.
The show out he did. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We gonna come back. And where you from again, Chase?
Roswell.
Roswell. Okay,
Yeah.
you from
North side.
The North. All right, so coming around though. You know what I'm saying? My boy from the D.
Yeah, what up?
What's happening, bro? You know what I'm saying? Same question, like basically on the influences in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, cause I wanna keep it like it's the 50th anniversary. You know, kind of an episode. But I wanna, you know, how would you describe your music, or or how would they describe your music?
So my music, real similar to my boys over here. I want to say like real poppy, real punk. I got a lot of rap too out. I don't really shy away from any genres. I actually have a country song on the way too.
Hey, my bad. I ain't even start with your, you know what I'm saying, the introduction, man. I kind of skipped that. You know what I'm saying? Let them know who you are.
I'm TheLostKid. I'm from LB in Michigan. I currently stay in Jackson, Michigan. 517, same place as TheStonedPilot. Yeah, just a kid from the mitten with big dreams.
What hip hop is like there? Like basically, you know, as far as the influence and the people around you.
My biggest influences, I would say Tupac, Eminem, MGK.
Okay, but your influence. But what is hip hop like? Like where you from?
Like trap, like Babytron, T Grizzly.
When that, okay. Would you feel like as of recently, with the work that they've been putting in, there's been sort of a you know, a good energy towards hip hop, you know, like, or you know, is it still
like Babytron?
Yeah.
Him, Lyrical Lemonade, they're working together. T Grizzly, he's been popping off like the last like 5-6 years, you know, and like even like Big Sean, another Detroit artist, I'm trying to think, Days Loaf, like there's like many links to Detroit like towards the talent.
Yeah.
I would even say if you wanted to go like a little bit more old school, Royce the 5'9", honestly.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, yeah,
one of the greatest, without question.
And Peasy doing his thing too. So yeah. So would you? What would I don't know. I kind of ran to a blank just even thinking about the influences. Cause okay, what you got out right now?
I just dropped a music video, The Greater Things of Life. That's on YouTube. That currently is at 16,000 views.
16,000.
Yes.
All right, let's check it out. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch a little bit.
Another good video that I recently dropped is I'ma Be a Legend too. That's at 6,000. I dropped that before The Greater Things of Life.
Can we watch one on right now? A little bit of it?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
He needs the information.
Type in I'ma Be a Legend by TheLostKid.
And when you make a song like that, whatever, you know, talk about the confidence and
So the confidence of this song, it's pretty much me talking my shit, pretty much me letting people know, like, I know I've been beat down a lot, and a lot of, you know, people have texted me. Like, I've gotten a lot of stuff. This is just to let them know, like, I'm going to get what I want and what I deserve, especially to take care of my family, because I was raised by my granddad, and anything that I can do to, like, show him before he like pass away, like, yo, I made it, because this is my passion.
Small business takes grit and determination.
That's not the video though.
That's not the video?
No.
What's with the topic, man? Why that shit be coming?
Yeah, I don't know why that's popping up.
It's just, yep, literally DistroKid. Topic pages.
Topic pages come from DistroKid.
Yep,
I will for sure.
Like, so nobody's creating them themselves. I hear like if you don't create a page, then it comes up as a topic.
So just look up TheLostKid.
Yeah, you have to claim your page on YouTube. It's a process, but you can claim your page on YouTube. We're gonna talk to them about that today, anyway.
And just look up TheLostKid.
Oh, TheLostKid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look it up. All right, but yeah, let's talk about your first hip hop experience, man. Like not your first, but like as far as rapping.
So like my beginning.
Like like why did you start rapping?
Honestly,
or when somebody told
I didn't
you,
start
hey,
rapping until I started smoking weed. But like I shit you not, like I've always dreamed of like look, I've always dreamed, even before I smoked weed, I've always like dreamed like, you know, little kid in the mirror, like, you know, singing songs, you listening to, putting the shades on, like, you know, just yep, that's my channel right there. I'm gonna be a legend right there.
I ain't gonna lie, as soon as you type that shit in, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, he kept saying, just type in the Lost Kid, just type in the Lost Kid.
Yeah, I'm there, man. I'm there.
Lost. They was just talking about the baby on the side.
I'm lost in my mind, but I'm not lost in this music shit.
They were just talking about you all last week. I know you should have been.
I'm gonna be a legend first. People need to see this. People need to see I'm gonna be a legend more.
Yeah, they said
16K.
Let's tell it. I'm gonna be a legend first. I love this video.
Well, nah, we only got time for one, my brother. No, say we gonna tell.
That's fine. That's fine. More people need to see this.
But I want to get into it. A little vibe, and keep, you know.
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna be a legend.
Yes, sir.
Lost Kid.
Yes, sir. Shout by FOS Rocco. Shout out.
I'ma be a legend, yeah, that's on me. Supplying money for the team, yeah, that's on me. Supplying revenue for the team, yeah, that's on me. Shooting for the stars, yeah, the stars with me. Welcome to the movie scene, what you seen is meant to be. Squads living good, smoking on the chronic tree. What I get my record deal, I'ma go on a spending spree. This my year, bitch, like my 23. A lot of y'all hated on me, back when I was on the phone, we jokes on y'all bitches out phony. Calling me up back then, now we was homies. You never knew me when I was down bad with my granddad eating conies. If you got a point,
what do you say, puffin' zooties?
Gonna have to come and show me. Gonna have to show me. Come along, come and fucking show me. Y'all was dead wrong, so I made a hook to this song. Killing this beat like I'm King Kong. My rap game getting too strong. I'ma be right where the fuck I belong. Sitting next to Tommy Chong.
You definitely got a bravado about yourself, my brother. You like you mean what you say.
1000%.
This production is kind of, no saying, like, kind of ain't really the best or whatever. But you know, I know you mean what you say or whatever, and
for sure.
You actually carrying the track right now. But you probably gonna be even raw once you start getting tracks that, you know, that really challenge you a little bit more, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Don't laugh or beat me up, bro. But who do they say you look like?
Macaulay Culkin.
Damn, that too. I wouldn't even say that one.
Okay, so who else?
Kim Kardashian.
Pete
ex-boyfriend.
Davidson?
Yeah, he looked like Pete
Pete
Davidson. In that video, you do.
That's
in
the
that
first.
video you do. You look like Pete Davidson.
That's
bro.
crazy.
He does. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hey, it's the eyes.
Famous
Yeah,
already.
it's the eyes. It's the eyes, you know.
I thought he was gonna say Macaulay Culkin too.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I see that now though. I see that though.
I've been getting Macaulay Culkin.
First time I saw your picture, I said,
Macaulay Culkin.
Are y'all related or something by chance?
No. My mom always said that we should always do like a sequel, like I'm his like son or something. But I'm like, nah.
Oh, that'd be
I mean, I could probably make some money off that.
Yo, you should do that as a skit though, like Macaulay Culkin all grown up.
Macaulay Culkin.
Content is content.
Didn't we already saw that though, you know.
If it gets big enough, he might want to join in with you on the shit one day.
Oh, for sure, 1000%.
Then it'll come full circle.
I can't tell you how many people like have come up to me and it's like Home Alone. Like ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old.
That's fucking dope.
You're Home Alone, dude.
That's fucking dope.
That's wild.
And like they would always make me like do the face, like you know when he's like in the mirror and he puts both hands on his face and like screams. They always made me do that. And I actually had a shirt. I lost it, but like it was that exact picture of him doing it. And people would be like, "What?"
Hey, I tell you what, man. Since you had a good like energy about that shit, man, and I don't know, like this shit was supposed to happen. I got a beat that you might be interested in. Since I wanted to like even diss your beat, I'm gonna present a beat to you that's in that, but it's kind of in that realm. It's in the Home Alone realm, whatever you can do. You know what I'm saying? With it,
say less.
how you want. I think it's kind of cool, and we'll talk about it later. Whatever,
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you didn't like it, you can go on your next thing and be like, hey man, I ain't like that shit. Whatever. You can talk your shit, or if you like that shit, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But since I actually had the audacity to talk shit about your production, I'm gonna put forth, you know what I'm saying, some production, whatever, you know. I'm gonna be about it, you know what I'm saying?
I believe him. I believe him 1,000%.
Too real. That's elevation for sure.
But I want to get props sometimes and tell how y'all even got to their show and make this quick, because I know that you gotta get up out.
1,000%.
Yeah, let's get to the Stone guy. You know what I'm saying? The Stone guy, whatever. You could just stand up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the folks, man.
It's all love till it's not. I'm getting to this guap, man. If you don't know now, you know. I go by the name of the Stone Prophet. Yeah. Appreciate you guys for having me.
What's happening, the Stone Prophet, man? What does that mean? Like,
that was dope.
Big
like,
chillin'. It's my
like
first
you smoke
time.
Weed and you predict the future?
I do not predict the future, but I do smoke hella weed. What do you say?
I said, or do you preach and throw stones?
I might preach a little bit. I don't throw any stones though.
Isn't it more like? Isn't it more like you saying like you're the prophet?
I know it was cheesy.
Honestly, I came up with that name when I was high as shit when I was younger. It's got multiple meanings depending on how you spell it, but I spell it, you know, as they would in the Bible. It's not really religious or anything, but it's just meant to, you know, basically say, you know, I'm that guy for real.
Yeah,
For real.
talk. Well, so hip hop, man. You know, like, what does it mean something to you? Like, how do you feel?
Absolutely,
What's
man.
the status in hip hop right now with you or whatever in your music?
It was the first type of music that I really attempted to make, honestly, and I kind of fell in love with it, I would say, at an early age, before middle school even. Not to sound corny or anything, but as soon as I heard, you know, a damn Eminem song, that's what drawed me into it. And then I started checking out all different types of hip hop artists and whatnot, you know, just culturing myself a little bit, or however you want to word it.
Yeah, I mean, you from Michigan, right?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of a story. Like most folks in Tallahassee, when they listen to T-Pain, you know what I'm saying, you know, or you know, folks where you from, you know, it's cliche at the same time, but it's also, you know, if that's your story and that's your influence or whatever, you know, then that's that, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the reason I was asking everybody about hip hop or whatever, and really even speaking on hip hop, is because the evolution of hip hop, you know what I'm saying, I want to kind of, you know, stay on that. Is the year of it, but even in the conversation of Lil Uzi Vert having a #1 hip hop album, but a lot of folks say that what he makes is not hip hop. Like, you know, that's why I wanted to kind of, you know, speak on, you know, the boundaries and the differences of how everybody described their music.
I mean, I guess it really depends on personal opinion, but I think it's hip hop. You know, that's my personal opinion. I think it's hip hop. You know, it's just a different type of hip hop that, you know, not everyone's gonna like.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's genres within the culture or whatever, obviously. So how would you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you fit?
That's a good question, actually. No one's ever asked me that before. Man, that's a tough one because I don't just make hip hop. I mean, I make mainly hip hop. But as of lately, especially, I've also been diving more into, you know, melodic rock or alternative rock influence type music, or even, you know, a little bit of heavy metal influence type music. I like making all types of music, to be honest. Hip hop is just kind of what came to me the easiest.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good answer too. Because I mean, I'm open to all. I listen to all genres of music, and you know, but I feel like a lot of folks would kind of come to you guys and be like, "Oh, that's not hip hop." You got to prepare yourself for that, or for folks to even kind of just try to kind of, you know, even if it isn't hip hop, but they feel like that you're, you know, attempting hip hop the wrong way or something like that. You have to prepare yourself for that, and I want to talk about like how that, you know, how would you even, you know, deal with that? Like, if, with you saying, "Hey, man, I like this genre, I like that genre." If you was Lil Uzi, how would you kind of, you know, I guess, prepare yourself for the description of your music if it was even considered hip hop? But that's kind of why I asked everyone that question, to be honest.
How many monthly listeners does Lil Uzi have on Spotify? Somebody want to look that up real quick?
A ton, but he's speaking more on like the genre of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
the genres and subgenres.
Yeah, because
like Lil Uzi is he came out as a hip hop artist, right?
Right.
But he doesn't do hip hop anymore, if that makes sense.
Well, Lil Wayne made a rock album. You know, it's not anything wrong.
A bunch of them to me.
Snoop made a gospel album.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with a rapper crossing a genre.
Right.
But I didn't listen to Snoop's gospel album. Right? Or he dropped a reggae album, right? But that's him crossing. That's him crossing a genre, and it's okay. It's not like, but when he represents in the culture, you know, it's gonna be, I guess, he would fit into the gangster rap genre.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Originally, yeah. Definitely.
And some folks
rap.
now would be like, that's
gangster
not
rap, stoner rap. He did a bunch of them. He did gangster rap. He did stoner rap. And that was still under hip hop umbrella, yeah. And then
so that's what I'm saying. There's a big branch. There's a lot of branches to the tree, and we're here to talk about it. Whatever. I don't want to overflow the conversation, but that's why
let all the artists chop on this real quick. ShallowGrave, go ahead, and then the rest of y'all chime in.
I kind of asked everybody the same question, whatever. You know, everybody kind of got in on that one.
Does anyone else have anything to say about that? No. I definitely see what you're saying for sure.
Like how would you feel if someone was like, oh, you know, that's not really hip hop what you're doing?
I
or whatever,
guess
you know?
I would say, you know, maybe it's not, but maybe it's if it, you know, just because it's not hip hop doesn't necessarily mean that it's not meaningful. Or that, you know, some thought and effort and energy didn't go into creating it. You know, I guess you could say that it's not hip hop, but it would fit into the category of something else. You know, like maybe a subgenre, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So here's my take on that, right? As we know, Lil Uzi Vert is a hip hop artist, right? But he really with this last album, he strayed away from that. Just because you help fix somebody's engine once doesn't make you a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? He's not a hip hop artist because he did a not hip hop album. Right. So for him, whether somebody says that's not hip hop, cool. I'm still a hip hop artist. So I doubt, honestly, that people would really even care to take offense to that.
It went number one too.
That was a good way to say it.
It went number one on the Billboard.
I think so.
Like, I mean, I look at like artists. To me, you know, as a DJ, for instance, you know what I'm saying. Artists are instruments. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying. Every person, just like a saxophonist plays a saxophone. Artists can do multiple genres, multiple different ways, and it's part of the arm of what makes a good song. You know what I mean? You have the production, you have the artistry, you have the writers, you know what I'm saying? Then you have the videographers.
Right.
Everybody has a part to play. So if you can make 5 different or 6 different genres of music as one artist, you're way more valuable. Yeah. To me, as a DJ and music industry person, you're more valuable to me than just one.
So I got a question for the room.
You know what I mean?
What you got, Dozha?
What y'all? How many of y'all produce?
I produce.
Everybody in the room, pretty much.
I mean, I produce my own music.
I mean,
I do all my music by myself.
You play, right? I mean, you play, right? He talking about yeah. See, talking about I don't know, right? So
I just don't have anything out yet, so it's kind of hard to say. You know what I mean?
Bro, your archives.
All right. It's cool. We'll let him grow. So as producers, right? Mm-hmm. Would you say, what would you feel dictated how you go about calling your music dark, calling your music stoner music, or calling your music fly, or calling your music trap?
The entirety. I'm trying to figure out how to answer because when I make a beat, myself personally, when I make a beat, I look for the most daunting, haunting, eerie sounds I can find and mash them together because I feel like 89% of the time that's what's going on inside of me is some scary ass shit. So I just make it into some dope ass noises. But it doesn't sound all like strictly I want to die-ish. It has this element of like, holy shit, like I want to show this to my other homie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, as far as like when I do make my melodies, I like to include a little bit more of like a melodic sound to it, which the melodic itself has more of like a melancholy feel to it, running a lot of minor chords and everything, especially like E minor, B minor. Those are like my two favorite chords to work on and beats as well. Like we have a track called Oblivion Awaits. It was actually sampled from a song by Utada Hikaru. It's called Bokyaku, which translates to Oblivion in Japanese. And it's straight up, the whole song itself is like super like sad and poetic, and the whole like that was the vibe we were trying to put off with that song.
Yeah, don't go nowhere. You
ain't done.
One thing I want to say real quick is that y'all got some cold ass song titles, bro. I just wanted to give y'all props on that.
We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
So would you still feel that the beat though, or is it your attitude towards song? Because see, with him, it's his attitude.
Right.
He makes, because he's going after the darkest, like he said.
He's trying to translate it from his head onto paper.
Right.
Now, I would say I'm kind of in the same mindset as translating, but it's just not exactly the same concept. Like his is like very like dark and aggressive, where mine's a little bit more, I guess, as I said, melancholy and a little bit more subdued, but still sad in nature.
And what about you?
I would say
what dictates your approach towards, when making I guess a rap song?
I would say I like to listen to what I have on my laptop or whatever I'm producing on, and I like to close my eyes and really focus on the emotions that it brings out of me, and then I guess I kind of go from there, and that kind of helps me decide what to, I guess you could say label it. Yeah. Or, like say if it's like a beat that I'm listening to that I just made, and I'm just thinking about like, it makes me think of like just driving down the highway, smoking a blunt, just like on your way to go get some money or some shit, like on a very sunny, very beautiful day,
Right.
It's just like the overall visions that it puts in my mind and the overall vibe that it gives to me, I guess I would say.
All right, now next, let's go around the room. Get somebody else on the same like type tip. Like,
what you got, Si?
My shit, I think, it's gonna give off more of like a hopeless romantic kind of ordeal, like kind of like, I don't know.
You trying to get the hoes?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Tupac said you got to make music. Know what I'm saying? If you want to get some money, you got to make some money and get the hoes.
Fact.
I was trying to find maybe another artist I could compare myself to. I don't know. Shit, man.
But it's not necessarily the artist. What I'm asking is more so like when you're creating, right? Is it so your attitude is more so, hey, I want to create melodic stuff for the women. So you're not like making trap music, So the beat won't dictate your rap style. You are already looking for these type of beats. See what I'm saying? For some folks, the beat plays and then that dictates how they're going to do their music. Or for all of us in the room who are most of us are producers here. It may just be the mood, but I'm going to dictate and say, hey, I'm going to make some music for this type of a trap artist, or I'm going to make this beat for a rock artist, or today I'm just doing it just off of feeling.
Right.
So that's kind of the question. Chase.
My opinion on it is as a producer, you're painting a picture. You know what I'm saying? You're using sounds to create an image in the listener's mind of the vibe, like the mood. You know what I'm saying? The general feeling, situations. It's almost like reading a story. You want them to picture that shit in your mind. So I don't know, just in the producer standpoint, I feel like they're very important to the game because they put those pieces together to help paint that collective picture. If an artist doesn't know exactly what they're going for, what their vocal style might be, a producer can come in and be like, oh, you sound good on these beats. We can create this picture with your voice, with your image, with your brand. That also goes back to branding. Like, for example, what I'm doing now, I'm doing some new stuff. It's unreleased, but you look at me, I'm white. I got long hair. I smoke weed. I drink. You know, I like to party. So you would think that I'm a party guy, right? So the songs that I'm making now are, you know, more on brand, like party related, like, you know what I'm saying? Painting pictures of the vibes. I want people to feel like they're there with me. So,
and those are the type of beats that you're making as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like club type beats. BBG brought it up the other day, the Jersey type beats. I didn't know where it was from, what the style
Jersey
was.
Club.
Jersey
Yes,
Club type beats with that that kick that just bop 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, the way that I rap, it just like it works. I'm able to find good flows that can work with the way I rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I like that, man. I appreciate that. So, do you one more question before you pass the mic, bro? 'Cause
Okay.
I want my boy LostKid to get his take on it. Do you make type beats? Like,
Personally,
yeah.
I mean,
or do you go on?
I'll go on YouTube and search up specific type beats for the specific sound that I'm looking for. But if I do find a beat that's out of what I'm like, I do different styles as well. I'm just trying to, you know, I mean, I am working on that, the branding, all that shit, like the creating a cohesive image and the way the music sounds, all that. What was your question again, though?
Yeah, I would just asking, do you make type beats? Like, basically, are you shopping beats out?
Yeah, for sure. I know what to type in, what to look for. Certain producers, I'll subscribe to on YouTube so I can stay tapped into what they do. I'll get the notifications when they put in a new beat so I can go and check it out, see what it's sounding like. Always looking for new beats. YouTube is like an endless rabbit hole of beats, dude. You type in type beats, you can sit there for years and you're never gonna get to the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's endless.
True.
All right, what you got from
so I don't make beats, but if I had a take on it, like from my perspective, like when I go and like what goes into me making music and like mixing my own music, that would have to be just from like the feelings that I'm going on throughout the day. Like whether or not I'm feeling down, feeling up, most of my music is going to be sad music. I have music where I've talked about suicide, you know?
So it's therapy though.
It definitely 1000%.
To be able to make the music of it, right? So
Yes.
so you guys are saying, hey, I don't give a fuck. Hey, my music's dark. Hey, I might be sad, but at the same
Facts.
time, I'm making music about it. I'm going out doing shows.
Yes.
And I love doing shows, right? And I love to listen to my music, or else I wouldn't really be doing it. Maybe you're not doing the music for yourself, but maybe you just love money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So again,
it's definitely therapy, like for myself. Like on my worst days, or even like when I'm just like feel like if I get filled up over just some situation that's just not going crazy, the first thing that I need to do is light up a blunt and go do some music. I got fired like from one of my jobs like a month ago, and I made a song based on that. And that song, I love that song. Like the first line, like I'll even sneak it. It ain't released yet. Last week I got fired from my job.
Damn.
Lazy, staying home, living like a slob. That's all I'm gonna say. But even the beats like Juice WRLD type beats, you know, like those are the type of beats that I really like making music on. Cause most of my shit, even though like I have rap, most of it's melodic, kind of like Juice WRLD. Like him and where MGK is, like especially in his face, that's where like my music ranges from.
all right, yes, I wanted to I ain't want to just box y'all into a particular genre, or but at the same time, I listen to hip hop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't listen to hip hop or whatever, it's the 50th year, and there's a lot of influence going on, right?
Absolutely.
And even with Fruity Loops, right? All of you guys, when you pull up and y'all make y'all music off Fruity Loops, y'all show me that like the influence, even with that technology, has spawned a whole different genre and different sounds in hip hop and rock and all kinds of stuff. Like right,
For
right?
sure.
Because like I'm sure that you don't always just use. I may think that you only use Fruity Loops for the booming 808. You know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective. But you know, you can kind of get whatever sound you really kind of want really out of it. You know what I'm saying? When I think about it, but I wouldn't really use it for anything else. I guess I would say.
You use Pro Tools, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys get the sound of recording out of Fruity Loops, right?
Yes.
Everyone records out of Fruity Loops here?
Yeah. No.
Oh, no?
I do.
I don't think
Chase, you still Pro Tools?
I'm not gonna lie. At home, I use Audacity. It's that the free stuff. But when I'm in the studio, it's usually Pro Tools. I do have experience. My friend taught me how to make beats on FL. I do prefer FL. But I have heard it's not the best for, mixing vocals and all that stuff. So, and whenever I'm in the studio, everybody's using Pro Tools. You feel me? So, just seems like the way to go. And then maybe making beats on FL. But I will say though, mixing vocals on FL, I fuck with it. I'm a fan. I think it's fine.
I will say this for as far as like our stuff goes for ShallowGrave, we literally do everything in FL. We do our beats in FL, record in it, mix it, master. And I like to think our stuff sounds pretty damn good for what it's worth. You know what I mean?
We've only been like doing it all
like recording together for like not even 2 years.
Yeah. Granted, you had a little bit more of a background with the digital audio workstations than I ever did until we linked up and started hanging out.
Right.
But you've been a good ass teacher so far, for real.
Listen.
And I've had a bunch of other people show me too things in FL and like how to
like really
how to create like sound design, like how to sound design.
Oh, especially with like
create my own sound instead of using like presets
all the time. Yeah, that's
made.
important. That's
I
important.
like that. See,
being able to really get outside the
it.
box and experiment of your own accord is super important because at that point that shows like what real proficiency you have and what you're still lacking on.
Facts.
Yeah, it shows your skills if you can literally create a sound
From
your
scratch.
own sound, just from nothing, from one oscillator, and then you go into 3 and add X and Y mods and all this other shit. I don't even know what it is.
Like what kind of wave it
It
is.
just makes it sound different.
When I open up my synth, like my VSTIs, when I open them up, I'm like, holy, like somebody really sat here and just built these and saved them on here, so other people wouldn't have to do that. I'm like, damn, I want to be one of those guys.
Goated.
I want someone to be using my presets.
Right. I mean, at some point, like you want, like I guess the goal as a producer is be able to produce a sound so unique, other people want to use it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think the big debate with Fruity Loops versus like Pro Tools and so forth, it has a little bit more to do with coming from traditional recording. So traditionalists like Pro Tools because they're used to it, number one, because it's one of the first programs that they were able to do digital recording with. You know what I mean? That made sense. And that's from film all the way to just regular hip hop music and everything else, right?
Oh, for sure.
So then with Fruity Loops, they've come a long way. It's just that plugins, for instance, like certain plugins, Sound Goodizer. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? Like it's not that it's more for a creative mindset than it is for a technical mindset.
Right. Okay.
Because like for an engineer, you don't want something that says Sound Goodizer. You want to know what the fuck it really is. Like, is it a compressor mixed with a saturator, mixed with the EQ? And it's all doing it's all doing it on one knob.
Right.
Yeah. So
you don't want to just turn the one knob and that be that.
Right. Like
it's a preset.
Yeah, it's a preset. I mean, and it works where it needs to.
Right.
So you can make just as good a music in either platform. It's just a matter of ease of working with it and universal of language. Right. So like if you send your session from Fruity Loops to a guy who mixed Metallica, for instance, he's gonna be like, nah, just send me the waves, bro, because like I'm not gonna open that up and work in Fruity Loops when I know how to make a Metallica sound out of Pro Tools. Right. That's why. That's why people prefer it. It's not really
a personal preference.
Yeah, it's not something better or worse. And then Fruity Loops just allowed audio recording. What, just 2 versions ago?
Well, I had it on 11. I think it was on 11.
Wait,
so
Fruity Loops didn't goddamn have.
I recorded once. It like never got dropped or nothing. But I recorded when I was 13 on Fruity Loops.
That would have been like probably 11 then, or maybe 10.
Yeah, I mean they didn't do that many versions.
Like the edition,
It just wasn't as good. It just wasn't as good.
Right.
Yeah, and it wasn't as high quality, like what Dame's saying. It wasn't as high quality too.
And I think that's where a lot of people probably have those like the stigma about it, is because it has come a long way, and like you can make that like damn near professional, if not so, with the right with the right mindset, right tools.
And with that, the price increased. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that was the reason. Like Fruity Loops was trying to be affordable. They had a big problem with being hacked though, because like that was crazy. But I think it produced some of the best music because people who it was bridging the gap of people who can afford to record and people who really need to record. You know what I mean? So it bridged that gap a little bit.
Absolutely. Like you talking about like getting the pirated versions, the cracked versions, and all that.
Yeah. And everybody's guilty of that shit. Now I don't want nobody telling me anything different.
Listen,
I paid for all my shit. Shut up.
Okay. All right, so here's how we probably realistically paid for probably, as far as all our plugins and stuff, we paid for like 95% of our stuff.
But we trade with other
like
there's some with other people too. Like if I got some Fab Filter products and maybe you got something out of some Isotope bundle that I want, I'll be like, yo, bro, I got this license key. It comes with these 3 plugins. Trade me one equal.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, or like
not supposed to do that, but it's cool.
It's better than
allegedly. That's how it happens, right? Allegedly, that's what y'all do.
I mean,
again,
this is for non-pirated purposes.
Man, sponsor these boys so they ain't got to do all that, man. Come on, Fab.
Come on.
What's up?
Y'all need to be fat. Y'all don't be sponsoring people, man. Y'all need to sponsor folk, man.
Get us in and get us on, man. What's the problem?
Shout out to Fab though. I like Fab.
Fab Filter is nice. We did buy that though. That is actually that is our thing. We did buy that.
I broke down and bought it my damn self. I love that thing.
I bought a license for 3 of the remaining things that I didn't have.
Y'all done got technical on us or whatever. Everybody else looking around like y'all nerded out the whole podcast.
We was trying to get it in before the podcast.
But again, I want to kind of just touch on the exactly what you said though, Sep. The traditional way was Pro Tools, right?
Right.
But now that Fruity Loops is on 22 or whatever it's on, and the plugins are kind of universal. It has the Waves bundle or whatever on Fruity Loops and things like that. It is kind of seeing you guys work kind of exclusively on Fruity Loops has just given me more of a balanced understanding towards letting the music, make on whatever. Because I remember at one point people was talking shit about Fruity Loops, and then, everybody making millions off of it.
Right.
So it's not like, what you're working on. You know what I'm saying? My man Chase said he on Audacity, you know what I'm saying? Or Sai say he ain't gotten around to it yet, but he'll play something for you, you know what I'm saying? It's not what you're working on, but we are producers because we create on, and we learn whatever program that is in front of us.
Hell yeah.
We make something out of that program.
Less about the program and more about the knowledge of what to do inside of it.
Literally, yes. Less about the tool, more about the tool user.
Right. So,
fuck with that.
We got a lot of folks in the building, and I'm saying I want to basically give everybody a closing, y'all shout out moment, whatever, and whatever your Instagrams and stuff like that, and what you plan on doing in the next 3 months, what you got going on. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming through, and I know kind of just hip hop this out or whatever. But man, shout out to 50 years and a whole lot of influence and a whole lot of money, being made. And again, be ready for what you can bring to the table as well. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily always just not giving a fuck, but giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be my word to it. You know what I'm saying? You can not give a fuck attitude, Hakuna Matata, but you know what I'm saying? But we give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying,
the things that matter.
The things that matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
the
sir.
shit that we trying to do out here in these streets. Because you know what I'm saying, you want the folks, you want your fans to know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to give a fuck enough to pay you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, big money, you know what I'm saying? Big money, you know what I'm saying? So we go around the room, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all give y'all word to your mother segment is gonna be like whatever you want to shout out or whoever, you know what I'm saying, you crushing in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Now is y'all moment to let them know, you know what I'm saying, again. Don't forget to tell everybody y'all Instagram and who you are.
Man, shout out to my dad for covering my shift at work today, because I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for that. My ass would still be up in
Word
Michigan.
to your mother, but word to Pops. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Man, no cap. But yeah, y'all can find my music on all streaming platforms. I got a new single and a new music video called Dust dropping later this month, July 29th. My last single was Perfectionist featuring FOS Rocco. I also produced the instrumental on that song myself, so go ahead and check that out when y'all get the chance. That's all I really got to say, but I appreciate you guys for having me.
Word, and that's the Stone Prophet again. You can follow him at what?
You can follow me on all social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube, all that shit. It's all spelled the same except for Instagram because the damn name was taken.
It's all good. All right, keep it going. Let's keep it going, man.
What you got next? Go ahead, Si. What you got?
I'm just gonna shout out G.W.E, because if it wasn't for me and him, what was it, a couple weeks ago, I wouldn't be here, wouldn't have this opportunity. And ShallowGrave, shout out ShallowGrave. I mean,
when they get the mic, it's all gonna fall within it.
It all comes together in the end.
Yeah, and that's our trance.
You can. I don't have anything out yet, but I'm about to have my first track called For Real out. Don't have a date set for it, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's SyeBaeBae, SyeBaeBae. I got a link tree on there, so. I got a few snippets of what I've been working on. Nothing super official yet, but I got good things coming. So,
all right, that's what's up, man. SyeBaeBae on Instagram, man. That's our trance. Keep it going.
Hell yeah, ChaseTho with the bankroll, King of the Burbs, also known as the Roswell God, out of Roswell, the North Side. Hit me up Instagram, ChaseTho, ChaseTho_. Follow me. I'm posting every day. I'm super active on that. Hell yeah.
That's ChaseTho.
Thank you for having me as well. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Y'all go fuck with Chase.
I'm TheLostKid. You can find me under TheLostKid on all social media platforms: TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. My link tree is on my Instagram if you want to get more links to all those websites on my Instagram page, TheLostKid Official. I have a new song video coming out real soon. Stay tuned for the release date. So if you follow me on all social media platforms, you will see that release date. It's for a song called The Wild Wild West. That's going to be a good song. Thank you for having me. And I'd like to shout out G.W.E. Without him, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. I'm very grateful, very humble, and yeah, just a very good, genuine, humble person, and forever grateful for this opportunity he's given me.
That's what's up, man. TheLostKid, man. Shout out to the D2, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go win more games this year, too. Yeah. Y'all back out here, man.
I guess it's on us. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to give a special shout out to G.W.E as well.
Me too.
Without him, we wouldn't be here chopping it up with these fine gentlemen all in the room here. Shout out DJ to Deceptacon, Dame Dozha over here. Dozha told you, word on the net.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having us out here. And we also want to give a special shout out to all the years in hip hop, because without these 50 years, he and I would probably not be here, and we definitely wouldn't be doing this. As far as like new projects we got coming up, when do you want to? We're thinking about dropping a new song for you guys called "Fuck This Too," Cotard's Delusion. We are just about done mixing and mastering it, maybe making some last minute tweaks to it. We don't have a set date yet, but when we do, you guys will be the first to know. You can find us everywhere on all platforms. Find us on under ShallowGrave on Facebook.
That's with a $sign and no space between shallow and grave.
That is all one word. Same thing on YouTube. You can find us there. You can catch our 2 music videos. You can find our individual profiles as well under BBG Grave and Cata Grave on Facebook. Then you can find us on Instagram at ShallowGrave BBG and YxngCata.
YxngCata or our mutual account for ShallowGrave. Grave shit.
Yes, that's spelled GraveShytt. And again, without hip hop, you wouldn't be seeing us here. So thank you guys for the 50 years. It's been a wonderful, long journey of witnessing everything taking place.
And to add to that, they wouldn't be here if I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for DJ Deceptacon.
Man.
Here this guy go.
DJ Deceptacon, Dame Dozha. It's the Word on the Net podcast, man. Appreciate you, GWE. And yeah, man, appreciate you guys for coming again, man. You know, y'all keep doing y'all thing. You know, give back to your respective communities, you know what I'm saying? Respect the culture, you know what I'm saying? Respect, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on, and you know what I'm saying, you know, shit, and work hard, shit, you know. But yeah, man, y'all come back to see us, man. There's a lot of folks, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of get to everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all got a lot going on, but it is gonna, I think that it is good that you guys are rolling, like I'm saying, as a collective, not necessarily like as a group, like y'all are all a group or something. But when I was kind of pushing early in the game, like when we hit the road, we'll hook up with other, like, you know, groups, other bands and stuff like that, and travel all at the same time, and just kind of like, you know, just kind of go at stuff, you know, even when you're selling CDs, when you're doing shows, when you raiding the Waffle House or the IHOP. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It turns into a party the whole time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
we all break down. You know what I'm saying? We finna party or whatever, man. Sep, you got anything?
Nah, man. We in Odyssey tonight. Friday, baby.
Yes, sir.
Act Bad Friday. We're going to be in there.
Catch us all there, man. We all finna be up there. Courtesy of DJ Deceptacon, man.
Sure.
Yeah, man, y'all holler at DJ Deceptacon if y'all need to, you know, get your music played,
That's
man.
a
You need to
headache
get in the clubs.
Get your play right.
Shout out to Coalition DJs. Yeah, man, and shout out to all the festivals and in the summer. It's hot as fuck outside, man. Y'all actually make sure y'all stay hydrated. I'm finna help myself to some water, man. Y'all help yourself, man. Let's stay hydrated out here, whatever, because it's hot outside, man. But we gonna keep making it hotter. It's the Word of the Net podcast. I'm Dame Dozha, and we out of here.
It's the Word on the Net podcast. Dame Dozha, DJ Deceptacon. You already know what's going on, man.